Okay, welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel. It is Monday morning, September 28th. I'm getting ready to run a random state report for the state of Nebraska, home of the Huskers, the University of Nebraska football team. Let's begin with our markdown file. Okay. Now I got to warn you, there's going to be a whole lot of cutting and pasting going on here, starting from the very top. So let's come back up here. Let's copy this first part here. Okay. Then let's pull our original data types here. Let's pull our data. Okay. Let's go ahead and save this. Call this a. There we go. Let's go ahead and run this and run this. Okay. Total cases mean cumulative cases, cumulative deaths. New cases, new deaths mean the daily totals, or total, or the total case of deaths for that individual day. Okay. Let's begin with some cumulative charts. I want you to keep an eye out for these charts this election cycle. Okay. Cumulative cases for the state of Nebraska. A familiar line here. A continuous upward trend, which is all it can do. Well, that's not tricky. Go up, we can flatten the curve, but it'll never go down. Same thing with deaths for Nebraska. Deaths are spiking upward. Hmm. This is interesting. They only have maybe 500 deaths to the whole state. Wow. Out of maybe, 45, 50,000 cases. Hmm. That's interesting. Okay. Let's get back over here. Let's get the daily numbers here. Cases by day and deaths by day. So now let's take a look at the daily cases. Not a good situation at all as far as cases. My goodness, a huge spike back here in April, May. And now this continued upward trend here for cases. Even the 14 moving average is moving. Okay. Deaths, on the other hand, uh, you got these spikes here, and I'm wondering if those aren't actually maybe weekends or something like that. Let's just take a quick peek here at this. Let's take a look at this. '16. This is on 9/9. Well, I can't blame it on the weekend, unfortunately. But if we throw out these spikes, again, it's only 15. I'd say they range between 0 and 5 deaths per day overall. What about the death rate? I would imagine the death rate's actually fairly low. We'll find out real quick. Okay, you can see that the deaths are ranging between basically 0 and 2.5%. So what is the actual mean death rate? What, 1.1%? So let's take a look again here. So this is the average, and as you can see, it's almost evenly distributed between above average and below average. Okay. So the average death rate is like 1.1%. Like I say, this is 0. This is above 0. Okay. Let's take care of some. Let's see if we can maybe come up with a little more insight with the weekly averages. Well, obviously, the cases pretty much matches the daily net, which continue to climb upward as far as cases. Uh, 20, this is 25, 25 to 30 total cases. I'm sorry, 2,000, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, maybe close to 2,700 cases. Deaths, well, so that'd be for last week. Look at deaths by week. It's definitely not a good situation, is it? Hmm. So overall, well, I don't know. You got these two big spike weeks here, so it's kind of hard to say. Outside that, they're falling more on the. Of course, we're only talking 40 deaths during this week and maybe 25 deaths this week. Okay. So now let's take one final look at the monthly cases. Boy, talk about a pattern. Good grief. Even deaths have surpassed. So for the month with 3 days to go, September's already passed August deaths. Of course, it's still for the month is only, I don't know, 80 maybe. So the total number of deaths really isn't that good. I mean, it really isn't that bad. So let's do that. Let's take a look here at the final report. Let's take one more look here. Definitely cases is a struggle. Just wonder what is that big spike there. But you can see here that the deaths are uh, 5, 10, 10 to 15. So to a certain extent, deaths outside of a couple bad days, deaths are not really doing that bad. So I'm going to give them a mixed bag. I'm going to give them a D for cases, but a C for deaths. I'm thinking death rate is not, it's kind of fluctuate wildly. Again, you see the steady increase in cases. If you look here, you got a decline right here happening. You got these 2 bad weeks, but even the bad weeks are not really that bad. Okay, so they're between what, maybe 80 deaths so far for the month with 3 days to go. Deaths have already passed August deaths. Okay. Okay, so that takes care of Nebraska. Hopefully, if you're in Nebraska, this did provide you with some encouragement. The encouraging word is, keep wearing a mask, keep practicing social distancing, and when you can, shelter in place. Avoid unnecessary trips. Okay. Okay, thanks so much for spending some time with me this morning. Let's have a nice Monday morning. We'll catch you later on the afternoon with the daily reports.